Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the language R and how Excel analysts can transition their machine learning and data science journey by transitioning from Excel into the world of R. So this video is specifically made for Excel analysts who are experienced in doing data analysis in Excel using pivot tables, pivot charts, different types of charts, and statistical analysis using the analysis toolpack, and they're quite familiar with data analysis, but now they want to transition into the world of machine learning where they work on real large data sets and can apply different type of algorithms. So the first step is to understand the language R and understand how it works. And I always advise many people to transition to R before they move into Python, especially for the Excel analyst, because R is a functional language, and if you're been using Excel as a data analyst, you would have been a master in functions by now, and you can easily understand how to call the functions in R, and it is very similar. So you'll find the journey extremely easy. If you're not familiar with a lot of the Excel concepts, then you can take a look at a lot of my Excel videos I've made on data analysis on my channel. So let's dive right into it. But before we dive right into it, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for the latest of data analysis across different technologies. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at one of my previous videos where I made a video on multiple regression using the data analysis toolpack in Excel. So this is the video. It's an insurance data set, and we have seen how we have done multiple steps by adding more features. We have improved the adjusted R square, and by adding a category variable, we have again improved the adjusted R square. Again, for all those who are new to this, adjusted R square is nothing but it tells you how much of the variance in the Y variables can be explained by your X variables or your independent variables. Okay, so our goal is to improve this, so that means the model is good and we can use this for prediction. Now in this tutorial, we are going to try to replicate the same model that we did in Excel. I made a detailed video on this. If you have not seen this or not familiar with the linear regression in Excel, you can take a look at that. I made multiple videos on how you can do linear regression in Excel, so take a look at that. But for those who are familiar with that, I will show you how to replicate the similar model in R, how easy it is, and how you can apply different, and once you have learned that, how you can apply different machine learning models and techniques using the R. So you can install the R language. It's very simple, just Google it and install. It's very straightforward, and hence I like people to transition into their machine learning journey by using R, as you don't have to install too many things. So we're going to break down function by function and see how simple it is to do this. So I'm going to do this live, completely unedited, so you can follow along with me, and we'll take a look in case any errors and typos come along the way. So let's get started. So first command is file.choose. So this function will let me choose where I've saved my CSV file that I want to import. So it gives me a dialog box. So now I want to load the file. So I'm going to read the file using the read.csv command. It will basically, this function reads the CSV file, and inside that, and all those who have been using Excel will be quite familiar on how to make nested function calls. That's why it's very easy to use R for Excel analyst. Okay, and all I need to do is to hold this into a variable. So I'm going to write a variable name insurance underscore data, and let's hit enter and run this. Okay, so I load the file and I click on OK. Okay, now I want to see the first 5 rows of the data, so I'll use the head function and type insurance underscore data. And there you can see this is very similar to an Excel table. Okay, it has rows and it has columns, and these are the columns of features we have seen in our Excel video. Okay, so now I want to let's say we want to now split this into 70 and 30%, because when we do machine learning, we generally have a training set and a testing set. So the training set is what we use to train the model, and the testing set is what we use to test our model. Okay, to ensure that it can make predictions very generalized on data that it has not seen before. So this can be easily done in R. Okay, so I'm going to use the sample command. So I'll create a sample index underscore index. Okay, and inside that I will use the sample command. So this basically I'm creating a sample, a random sample. So I'm going to say from 1 to the number of rows. I use the nrow function of the insurance data. So what are the total number of rows of the insurance data? It will choose from 1 to that the total number, and how much percentage of sampling I want to do. So I want to do 70%. So I'll do 0.7 into the n row of insurance underscore data. So this will randomly pick up, or it will randomly generate me 70 indexes for the insurance data, which I can use to pick up. So I'll hit enter. Okay, now I'm going to generate the train set, train data. Okay, I'll use the insurance data. Okay, this is your data frame or your table if you are quite familiar with the table object in Excel. So similar this syntax it will have. Inside the square brackets, whatever comes after the comma are the columns, and whatever is the comes before the column are the rows. So I want to select all the columns, and the rows I want to select all those that matches the sample index. So I'm sampling 70% of the data. Now I'll create the test data. Okay, and again this is the balance 30%. Insurance underscore data, and so we see how simple it is. So I'll hit the minus sign. That means whatever is not the sample index, sample underscore index, I will select all those rows and all the columns. Hit enter. Now let us try and create the models. How simple it is. Now let us try and create the model. Before that, if you want to see something our data or we want to do analysis, I'll show you how simple it is. I'll not go into detail because this is just to show you how you can transition your journey. But say I want to take a look at the target variable and see its distribution. So I can plot a histogram. So how do I do that? I just use the histogram in a function, so simple, and I do call the data frame. Okay, and you can use a dollar sign. After the dollar sign, you can access any column. So I'm going to say charges and hit on enter, and you can see it has generated a nice histogram for me. I can see the data is a bit skewed, so that means it is skewed towards the right. It has a long right tail, and most of the values are towards the left, and there are few outliers and extreme values toward the right. I can confirm this with a box plot also. So let's say box plot. Again, I'm not using this video for data analysis, but just to show you how simple it is to do all this kind of analysis using R. Data, dollar sign for whatever column I want, charges, the column name. Hit enter, and you can see the box plot. I was right. Okay, most of the values are at the lower end, and there are so many outliers here. Okay, so the median is here. The mean will be somewhere greater than the median because of the outliers. Okay, so now let us try building the model. Okay, I will say model. I'll store the model into the variable. I'll call the LM function, that is the linear model. Inside that, now pay attention here. So here we need to give the target variable. So I want to predict the insurance charges. So target variable, and this is I have to use the tilde sign. That means the target variable as a function of means what are the independent variables I want to use to predict the target variable. So this is the its syntax, the target variable tilde sign, and then I want to use age plus BMI plus, let's say, let us try smoker. I'm going to create the same model as we did in the Excel lesson. Okay, and what are the other one we did? So I think let's see this. What are the, okay, we had taken smoker and male. Okay, so sex we had taken. Okay, so let's see, yeah, sex. Okay, and let's pass the, in the next argument, data is equal to, I pass the data set, that is insurance underscore data. Okay, and now I made a spelling mistake, insurance underscore data. Okay, and now the model has been trained. I just use the summary function, and we'll see the model, and yes, you are done. You have got your model, the same model. So let us see what is the adjusted R square here. Adjusted R square is showing 0.7467, and you can see this is similar to the model we got exact, in fact. Okay, and it will also show you whatever coefficients and whatever we saw in our linear regression or multiple regression in Excel. You can see this, but it also gives you the stars, which shows you which variables are strong predictors. So you can see age, BMI, and smoker. Yes, it has automatically created the smoker yes categorical variable, which we had to do explicitly. If you remember here in this column in Excel, it has already done that for you. It's so simple with no work, and I show you yes, smoker is a very good predictor. That means if a person is a smoker, then the insurance will be 23,833 more than if a person is not a smoker. And you can see the p-value, so it's quite statistically significant, and this model is quite good. Now let us see if we can make some predictions using the model. So how simple to make predictions? It's extremely easy. So I'll create one variable to store the predictions, and I'll use the predict. So only you need to remember the functions predict, and then I will pass in, let us pass in the model. Okay, so the model is, let us pass in the model. Okay, yeah, this is the model what I've created here. Okay, the model, yeah, where's the model I created? Yes, so the model here. Okay, so I need to pass the model, and after that then I need to pass in the new data which I'm using. So I'm going to predict and that is the which one, test underscore data. Okay, and yes, now I can see my predictions. Okay, these are my predictions. If you want to calculate how well the predictions are done, I'm going to show you maybe one error matrix. Let us try the root mean squared error matrix. Okay, just to show you how easy it is. So I can say predictions minus the test data, test underscore data, which column? The charges column, data charges column, and let us raise to the power 2. So okay, so it's squared. Okay, and then I do the mean of that. Okay, and lastly we do the square root. Okay, SQRT. So we are calculating the root mean squared value, which is an error matrix for seeing how good your model has done, and this is basically sensitive to outliers. And we have seen we have quite a few outliers in our data. Otherwise, you can use the mean absolute error value as well. So RMSE or so, and then you can see the RMSE value. So it's quite good. It's okay. RMSE is always sensitive to outliers. So you can see we have a root mean squared error of around 6046. So it's a pretty good model and can explain well the x variables, can explain the variance in the y variable well. Again, this video is not meant to cover a lot of machine learning concepts and show you how you can tune the model and get a better result. This is only to show that how an Excel analyst can easily move into the machine learning journey using R and can scale up his data analysis and machine learning tricks in Excel. If you like this video, do leave a like, and many such videos of my channel will pop up in your feed, so you can learn that, and it will also give me the incentive to make more of such videos. If you want to see more of such data analysis videos in R or Python, do leave a comment and I'll ensure to make more videos on the same. Thank you and thanks for watching.